Earlier this year, Chris and I found out that we were pregnant and that we were going to have another beautiful child to love.
So I first thought Brittany might be pregnant because she was going to bed at like 4:30 in the afternoon. She just wanted to eat chocolate. Just a couple of the same things were there from our first son. And the very next week, we were able to confirm that with an ultrasound.
It was exciting news to share, probably some of the most exciting news that we've received. We were excited to have another child to love, but mostly another child for our children to grow up with and to love with. Early on in the pregnancy, it was going normal, just like any other pregnant woman. I was growing and I was feeling sick and I was tired all the time. During the 5th month of our pregnancy, we went in for our ultrasound to find out the gender. Both of our moms were present and we had taken the day off work and we were excited to finally find out if we were going to have another boy or girl. During that appointment, the ultrasound technician was very quiet. She worked closely by just staring at her screen, didn't really feed us any information, and then we started realizing that something was wrong, and she pulled in her doctor and he looked closely at things, and at the end of that appointment we left without finding out the gender, and we were referred to a maternal fetal specialist. Coming out of that appointment not knowing if our baby was okay, we definitely were facing a parent's worst nightmare at that time.
After the meeting with the maternal fetal specialist, we were informed that our son had a rare chromosomal disorder referred to as trisomy 13. It causes both mental and physical conditions. We were advised that our son had issues with his heart, his brain, and his kidneys.
The specialist informed me that the condition was incompatible with life outside the womb, and I remember it left me feeling helpless and speechless. Shortly after receiving the shocking news, Chris and I knew that this was part of God's plan, and we had to trust Him from the start.
After that doctor's appointment, we realized our son's life inside the womb was more precious to us than we had realized, so we started calling him by name.
We felt it was important to start calling the baby by his name. We met with our church leaders, we met with our family, we told the children that his name was Arrow, and that's what we started calling him from that moment on.
We knew this was more than a pregnancy, this was a beautiful life, and Arrow became part of our family.
And we knew that Arrow's time in my womb was more important than his life after birth, and that right now is precious and we had to focus on his life now.
So the next 3 to 4 months of the pregnancy continued as normal. We were able to feel Arrow kick and feel his life. Things seemed to be going pretty normal. The FCC leaders and staff were there to help love on us and continually support us. They were there throughout the whole pregnancy, just really a big part of our life at the time.
When Arrow was born, in that moment that they handed me my son, I was overjoyed that he was alive and in my arms. I remember feeling his heart against mine and being blessed with the opportunity to hold him.
Our children got to meet their little brother, along with both of our families. Also, Zach and Betsy were there with us all day to pray and just love over us. During the whole course of the labor, they were really there for support. Our favorite memory is seeing our children meet Arrow, both holding and loving on him.
Arrow has been one of the biggest blessings in our life. As a mother, it's now my duty to honor his life and to continue to tell his story and share our faith with others through his story. Through this time, my faith and our faith as a family grew much stronger. We prayed together, we worshiped together, and we put all of our faith in God and knew that He was going to bring us through this, and it was His plan and that we would be okay no matter what.
I believe that God can restore all things, and that includes the body of my son, and one day I will be able to meet and hold him again.
It is an honor to call you my son, and I miss you, and the purpose of your life is for us to tell your story.